Okay guys, I was listening to some YouTube videos today and soaking in some knowledge. End up being on here 52 minutes. Wow. And I'm trying to keep it down, keep it just at 50. So 738 calories. Listen guys, we're on this journey. You cannot fool yourself. Be true to yourself. No matter what your reasons are to want to drop weight, you can't lie to you. You know what you're putting in your mouth. You know what you're going to do and what you're not going to do. I did not want to get up and do this today. My knee was hurting. My knee is hurting. I don't care. Put a knee brace on and work through it. Now, I'm not talking knock down, drag out, excruciating pain, but it's hurting. And I'm going to try to do something a little new. I'm going to add a little something to my workout. Well, not to my workout, but you'll see in the next video. Anyway, see you later. Hey guys, this is Phil. And I just got done with that workout. I told you I was going to try something different. I've been on the internet and I checked out this, I can't even pronounce the word, intermittent flat, blah, blah, blah. And see, when I do videos, I don't do second takes because I like to show people that it's all real. Intermittent fasting. So I found this guy named Brad, and he gave a pretty good explanation about what it's all about. And I'm going to try it for the next, I get on the scale again, I don't know what day that'll be, day number 30 for my workouts. We're at day 22, so 8 more days. So I'm going to do it at least for 8 days. Now my goal is to be down to 250. Let's see, I was 253. Round up, I was 253. My goal was to lose 3 pounds by the next weigh-in. So if it's even better than that, this intermittent fasting thing might be a keeper. So, but anyway, check him out and hear what he has to say about it, and check it out. This is day 22 out of 100, y'all. We are doing this thing. Anyway, talk to you soon.
I'm back, and it's been 14 days, so what did I think about my intermittent fasting experiment? Keep watching. What's good, Live Leaner? I'm Brad Guthrow, the #1 expert on living lean 365 days a year and your host of Live Lean TV. So 14 days ago, I shot a video to answer your questions about what I thought about intermittent fasting. Well, like I mentioned in the video, I couldn't tell you my thoughts because I never tried it. And as you know, I'm not one of those dudes that just talks about the latest research. I actually experiment with real world action. In other words, I test it on my body. So what did I think? First off, let me just set the record straight. Intermittent fasting is not a diet. Intermittent fasting is not starving yourself, and intermittent fasting does not tell you what to eat. Intermittent fasting simply consists of 2 periods of when you eat and when you don't eat. But just because you're on intermittent fasting, it does not give you a green light to eat whatever you want. So intermittent fasting is not a weight loss miracle, it's just a tool. So keep the quality of your food as healthy as possible. Now, I always start at my eating window after my workout. So this means I work out fasted with no food in my system. Did this affect my strength gains? I have to say no. Looking back on my lifting journal, I was actually right on schedule with progression of each lift. Plus, we all know carbohydrates are the body's preferred source of energy. But when you're working out fasted, the carbohydrates your body will typically burn for energy is not available. So therefore, your body begins to immediately burn stored fat for energy. Win. But to ensure my body was burning stored fat rather than muscle, I supplemented with 10 grams of BCAAs, branched chain amino acids, pre-workout. I also boosted my energy by adding in a cup of black coffee or a 0-calorie pre-workout supplement. My workouts were scheduled at 11 a.m. and since my workouts typically take 50 minutes, I break my fast at 12 p.m. with my post-workout shake that I store in my locker. Damn, that's good! Once I get home, I follow up my protein shake with a big ass meal. This first whole meal after the fast is always my biggest meal of the day. And there are many reasons to do it this way. For example, this is when your insulin sensitivity is at its highest. This is a good thing. So your body is primed to use up the calories and the carbohydrates to build muscle and replenish your depleted glycogen levels directly into your muscles and livers without spilling over and being stored in the fat cells. Yeah, I just said livers. This happens to a lot of people that eat a lot of carbs who aren't insulin sensitive. Your glycogen levels are already filled with sugar, so the sugar from the carb then spills over into the fat cells. Not a good thing. I typically would then have 2 more meals up until 8 p.m. that night. Then the fast kicks in and you do it all over again. That's intermittent fasting using the 16-8 method. So all in all, I didn't starve myself. I was still consuming the same amount of calories as I did before I started intermittent fasting, but I was just eating in a smaller window. And I have to admit, getting in all of those calories in a shorter window has been somewhat of a challenge. So if your goal is to add more muscle, intermittent fasting may not be optimal. It doesn't mean you can't build muscle, it may not be optimal in building muscle. But if you're looking to get lean, another benefit with intermittent fasting is that when you're in a fast, you're giving your body more time to burn stored fat for energy rather than carbohydrates. So basically, the only thing that has changed is I now skip breakfast and I work out fasted. My calories are the same, my macros are the same, and the quality of the food I eat is the same. Once again, I just have a smaller window to eat. So to wrap this up, I did eat 5 to 6 meals a day to get to my current physique, which is about 78% body fat, and to maintain it 365 days a year. But I have to admit, I was starting to get a little bit tired of always cooking and watching the clock to see when my next scheduled meal was. Intermittent fasting, in my opinion, is just a little bit easier. And during my research, I also read that intermittent fasting was a good way for lean guys to get even leaner. And I have to say, I do like the results so far. I do feel a little bit tighter. Plus, my energy levels are also good, but of course, it takes your body time to adapt. I was hungry during the first few days, and I did feel less energy in the morning. For me, this was just temporary. I now get more done in the morning and I feel great during my workouts. So I do plan on extending this intermittent fasting experiment a little bit longer to see if I continue to progress. But that's just my story. You have to experiment yourself. You have to test what tools work best for your body. And I promise you one thing. If you try intermittent fasting tomorrow morning, you will be miserable. You will be hungry and you will feel low energy. For me, that was just temporary. It takes willpower. You either have it or you don't. It's up to you to make that decision. So once again, my intermittent fasting journey will continue and I will keep you updated. But for a full recap of my intermittent fasting journey, click right here, right there, and read it on my blog. Now, I want to know in the comment section below, how many meals do you eat a day and do you have the willpower to try intermittent fasting? Do me a favor and give this video a big thumbs up and click that like button right down there. And we'll see you on Monday for another episode of Live Lean TV. Until then, keep it lean.